What's going on, guys? It's Natendo here, and welcome to my very first video. This is going to be a series of videos that I'm going to call Why You Should Try, enter game name. So today's video is going to be why you should try Shin Megami Tensei. Let's go get right into the video. Shin Megami Tensei is one of my all-time favorite game series. It is a classic JRPG game style that is amazing and fun, and the stories are fantastic. Now, while these games may be hard, that comes with the JRPG genre. These games are on the 3DS, and they were on NES, SNES, the PlayStation 2, and so on. We got a remaster of the PlayStation 2 game, Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, and this game is extremely hard. But it is a very good game, so if you have a Switch, I recommend going and picking this game up. Now, the audio is a little bit compressed for the audio tracks, so that's the only downside of it. There is a few frame rate issues, but other than that, the game runs extremely well on the Switch. And the best part is, it's portable. We all love that about the Switch. The game is extremely fun. The story's kind of dark. This is where Persona came from. Shin Megami Tensei is the main series, and Persona is a spin-off off of Shin Megami Tensei. So if you like the Persona series, I really recommend this series to you as well. It is a little bit harder than Persona, as in the dungeons are harder, the bosses are a lot harder, and even normal encounters are a lot harder. I found myself saving after almost every single encounter, and that's simply because I didn't want to lose my level or any ranks that I gained or any demons that I encountered that I captured myself. So you still get to keep that from Persona, where you get to interact and talk with the demon to lure them to join you. That is really fun, and it is extremely freaking hard in this game. You can talk to them, give them money, give them anything, give them Maka, you give them health, you give them HP level, MP level, and they can run away. It is just one thing that you have to learn to decide, is it now that I want to do it, or is it later? And with with SMT 5 coming out pretty soon in November, I believe it's going to be the Persona 5 moment for SMT. SMT hasn't had that game that's blown up, that's been this big, immaculate game that everyone's talking about, that everyone's dying to play. And I think this game is going to be it. With the trailers, the storyline, the gameplay, the way that the world looks, and this game was made for the Switch. We finally have a JRPG that was generated for the Switch. It was meant to run on the hardware that the Switch has. We usually get a lot of JRPG ports, but this one it's just strictly made for the Switch. It is a Switch exclusive. It's been a long time coming, but we finally have this game on our hands. It's going to be here pretty soon, November 12th to be exact. And I have a unboxing of that whenever I get my copy of the deluxe edition. Now, to start off with, we're going to talk about my favorite game, which is SMT4. SMT4 is by far my favorite SMT game that I have completed. Simply, I just love the story. I love the music. I love everything about this game. While it did have its downsides, and that just comes with every single game, this game doesn't really guide you where to go. You kind of have to figure that out on your own. So it'll tell you, like, okay, you need to go to Shinjuku, but it's not going to tell you exactly how to get to Shinjuku. You'll open up the large map, and there you go. You got to figure out how to traverse through the different cities and do exactly what needs to be done. But over time, you'll figure out exactly where you need to go as you are learning. The only thing that I can see why people didn't like this game is it is a very big quest-heavy game. As in, everything is a quest. So whenever you start going through the story, each next part of the story is considered a quest. So you'll get something called Burrows, which is an app that runs on your little arm. He has a little, I don't know how to describe it, a little thing on his arm. And whenever you get a new task, it'll be right there and it'll say quest. So each part of the story is a quest, and some people felt that each part of the story was just a task. But in my opinion, I loved that because it was keeping everything fluent. If I took a break for a little bit, I knew exactly what I had to do. I could just read a quest description. But I will recommend that I highly recommend you do not take a long break from this game, as you'll be completely lost whenever you come back in. Because like I said, it doesn't tell you where to go. Yeah, it may tell you what city, but you do not know how to get there unless you've already opened everything up on your map. The next game that I would really recommend is the Devil Summoner, or the Devil Survivor series. I do not have Devil Survivor 1 physically, but I do have Devil Survivor 2. Devil Survivor 1 is a different style of RPG. It is a strategy RPG. and that one is extremely fun. But let me tell you, that will kick your ass just as much as the others do. But it is extremely fun. The characters in that game are fantastic. The story is fantastic. I don't want to spoil anything, but I do recommend that y'all check that gameplay out. If you want, I'll probably put some gameplay over while I'm talking about certain games, so that y'all can see what y'all are getting yourselves into. But overall, I really recommend this series. This series is extremely fun. They're each about 80-hour stories, some 50 hours. So it just depends on how you want to play the game. Just imagine this as the satanic Pokemon. That's the best way I can put it. Every game there's demons that you have to collect, and as you go throughout the game, you have to summon new demons, and you have to put them and combine them with another demon to create a better, stronger demon. So the whole entire game isn't like Pokemon, because in Pokemon you like to keep your Pokemon, you like to change your team. Well, this one you have to completely get rid of that and fuse it with another demon. So the whole point of the game, after you beat the game, you can go back to each city and complete your Devil Summoner Compendium, or your Demon Compendium, my bad. After you complete your Demon Compendium, that is 100%. You have done everything in the game. There's special summons that y'all can get. It's extremely fun. And the best part is, each demon has its own pluses. So you may have some stuff that is resistant to fire, to shooting. You can shoot a gun just like in Persona, so it has that in here as well. And overall, the bosses, in my opinion, they truly felt like they were memorable. That was really fun. Each boss, I truly remember the pain that I felt fighting those bosses over and over again. Now, I struggled mainly with the very first boss, which is the Minotaur. I struggled with that one so hard, and that one is in memento to the Matador from Shin Megami Tensei 3. And these bosses do not take any care into easing you into the game. That first boss will whoop your ass countless times again. Now, the way it works is these bosses know if you are resistant to their attacks. So they will hit you with all their heavy attacks in the beginning to see if you are resistant to them. So if you're weak to them, they'll one-shot your whole entire team. And you have to go through the dungeon and find new demons that are resistant to their attacks. Now this game is very, very big on buffs and debuffs, which is not seen in other JRPGs. So in other JRPGs, you can just keep doing spells or your normal attack or your magic attack. This game highly relies on buffs and debuffs. So lowering their attack, lowering their defense, gaining up your defense, and raising your attack. That is the main part of this game. So you have to make a good team balance between strength, healing, and magic. And I highly recommend, in my opinion, Shin Megami Tensei 4 Magic Build. Magic Build is going to be your way to go on Shin Megami Tensei 4. That one I really recommend as the very first game to get into. But if you do not have a 3DS, I highly recommend that you go and get Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne Edition on the Switch. Now another cool part of the story is that there's 3 paths that you can choose. There's the Chaos Path, there's the Law Path, and the Neutral Path. So each decision that you make throughout the story is going to completely decide what path you take. Now there's even guides online if you want to pick the Neutral Path, the Chaos Path, or the Law Path. Me personally, I'm a Chaos Path kind of guy. I love being the rebel, being this outcast, kind of going against what they want me to follow. I love that. Like in SMT4, I went strictly for that Chaos Path. Now, another reason why I went for the Chaos Path was Walter was just so much cooler than, forget his name now, but he was just so annoying. He got mad at every single bad decision that you made. And so, I enjoyed that path, the Chaos Path, a lot more, and the Neutral Path was really good. Isabeau was a really good character. She was always right in the middle, and it made you even question if picking the Chaos Path was the right decision. This game allows you to do multiple playthroughs, so it has its replayability value, which is really good, as if you want to buy the physical version, you have something to back up that expensive purchase that you're going to be making. But even like I said, if you're just playing the digital version, you have multiple playthroughs of 50, 60, 70 hours of gameplay, so it is definitely worth your money and your time. Other than that, this game is really good, and also if you're a collector, the prices of these games are getting really high. It sucks. So physical editions of these games are starting to go up. So I got Shin Megami Tensei 4. It's starting to go down right now, but I got it for $64. I see it on eBay for about $50 now. But it was at a point where it was $105 for complete. I got Strange Journey Redux and Soul Hackers for about $60, $70 each, which is really good as they keep going up. But if you do not want to buy the physical versions, they are always on sale. There's always Atlas sales on the 3DS store. So if you have a 3DS, they're usually about 20 bucks, sometimes even $5 on an Atlas sale. So I highly recommend that y'all check out this game series, and I'm going to do another video coming up pretty soon in the future on another game series, and be ready for that one.